Right here I'm sitting with Huw from Brickset.com Masterminds, and we talk about 20 years of history. So good to see you.
Hello, good to meet you again.
I've learned when I read your article that Brickset is around for 17 years, but the database is there for 20 years. Am I right?
That's right, yes. It was 1997 actually that the internet was very much in its infancy then, and that's when I first published a page about Lego sets. Originally it was about 1970s sets and promotional sets and what have you, of which there wasn't a lot of information about at the time. So it was really there to fulfill a need that I felt wasn't being met yet, so and it's just grown from there.
And now every Lego pencil and every Lego set is on your database, so it's a great resource. If you're looking for any parts for a set, you can head over to Brickset. But you first started this as a totally non-commercial little blog, personal blog, right?
It was very much a hobby, that's right, it was a hobby. I had an interest in internet technologies at the time because, as I say, they were very new, so it was a way to learn about how to publish information on the internet and combine the two hobbies, Lego and web design, if you like, into one, and up popped Brickset. So, yeah.
So, was this your idea, the name, or did your wife tell you, your kids?
Brickset, I think. Well, my name, my idea. I don't know where it came from. It just seemed logical. We knew we couldn't use Lego in the domain name, so that was a no-no. Lego set would have been a nice name, perhaps, but
by then too. I mean, now there are rules, and you cannot even use the head of a minifigure, for example. But 20 years from now, or 70 years, it wasn't allowed to.
I think they were established quite early on. Actually, the fair play rules, if you like, and Lego in domain names was very much a no-no. Even then, they were shutting down sites that were using Lego in the domain name. So obviously it was best to steer clear from that, and Brickset seemed to be a logical alternative. So
it has been the first brick Lego website out there. I mean, right now we see many websites using bricks in this name, but this has been the first?
I don't think it was the first. No, Brick Bay, which later became Bricklink, of course, perhaps predated it. What else was around at the time? I'm sure there must have been others, but Brick Shelf, of course, was another one, wasn't it? A very early one. So not the first by any means, but I guess the precedents that those other sites set, it was logical to use brick in that Brickset domain name.
Okay, every website is kind of a journey. So Zusammengebaut is out there, for example, for 4 years, and 2 years it's an own website. So a little journey by then, if you compare this to your journey. But what has changed in all those years? When you first started, then it became Brickset as a name. When did you add all the great stuff like, of course, news, and how did it evolve?
It just evolved, I suppose, over time. Added features now and then. Originally it was a hobby which I was doing in my spare time, so perhaps didn't have a lot of time to spend adding features, but every year or so I would add something new. And I think the breakthrough was probably early 2000s when I added the ability to record your set collection on the site. So as well as having a database of sets, you could also indicate which ones you owned and which ones you wanted, and therefore people could record their collection. And I guess as a result they tended to use it more and come to see which sets they owned, which ones they didn't, and perhaps that's how it became more successful.
I'm a Brickset user since many years. I have an own account, but if I would do such a listing, which is awesome, I would also this would remind me every day that I'm still missing the Emerald Knight Express. So I won't do that.
Well, the good thing is, of course, I provide links for you to go and buy it, don't I? So remind you and provide an easy way to go and spend $500-600 on a lovely Lego set. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen the box downstairs here. There are all Lego sets around. So we've talked about the past of Brickset. So they're going to be a future, of course. And Chris, who's around here, is now on your side as well.
Yes. Chris has been writing excellent reviews for us for 3 years now. He actually started off as a teenager writing reviews as a user, like any user can, and I guess I was impressed by the quality of his writing and invited him to write them for the homepage. And as a result, when he started university, he started working for us part-time contributing 1 or 2 reviews a week, and as of today he's a full-time employee, so expect to see more reviews from Chris, but also I think we'll try and do a few more editorials which take time to research and what have you. Now that Chris is doing it full-time, he'll have time to research articles about Lego history or whatever it might be that comes to mind. So.
What has been the biggest change in the company? I mean, we've seen some dark ages too, the Lego Group. What has been the biggest change?
I think now that they are very open to the fan community, aren't they? Back in year 2000 or thereabouts, I think it probably started around that sort of time, and one guy used to pop up on online forums, Lugnet for example. You know, Jake McKee I think was the first sort of contact we had with somebody in the Lego company, so they weren't just a faceless organisation by that point. And now of course we're all here today, aren't we, as a result of the way they reach out to the community and make us all welcome and look after us very well. So
we just run into a lot of Lego designers, so this is a lot of fun. What are your goals when you think of the next 5 years?
Tempted to say more of the same, keep it up to date, keep it relevant, make sure that people find what they want when they visit the site. We recently did a redesign, 3 years now ago I think, so perhaps in another 3 or 4 years it might be time to look at another redesign, but I don't feel that's necessary at the moment. But just add more features, more of the same, make it more useful, I suppose, listen to what visitors want and add new features where it's possible to do so.
So I wish you all the best for Brickset, for the future. I'm there every day, of course, and looking forward to more reviews and more of Chris stuff, of course. I still haven't finished reading his Death Star review, so...
Okay, well, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Huw Millington from Brickset.com. 20 years of database history, and we're going to see more in the future. Thank you so much, Huw.